Multiple sclerosis, commonly known as MS, is classified as a central nervous system disorder. Now, currently there is no cure, and annually more than 1,500 new patients with the disorder are going to the Mayo Clinic, where experts are already providing care for nearly 3,000 adults and children with MS each year. So today, Dr. Dean Wingerchuk is joining us to talk more about the signs and the symptoms. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me today.
Now, I know we're talking about these signs and symptoms, and I actually know a lot of these signs and symptoms can kind of overlap into other things. So can we kind of dive into which symptoms we should directly be saying this is cause for me to kind of go in and get this checked up on?
Yes, that's a good question because it's a challenging one. I often tell people that if anyone sits down and reads symptoms of multiple sclerosis, even if they're perfectly healthy, they'll start to worry they might have the disease because common things like numbness and tingling, for example, are experienced by the general population at one time or another, but can be a presenting symptom of MS. So it really depends a lot on the pattern of the symptoms and how they evolve and if they persist. So symptoms of MS usually come on over a few days or for a few weeks, depending on the symptom, and they persist, they last. Usually MS presents with what we call attacks or relapses, where these symptoms last for a few weeks and then resolve. And common types of symptoms include numbness or loss of feeling, tingling, vertigo, spinning dizziness, loss of vision in an eye, or balance trouble. Any of those things, especially if they're persistent or recurrent, should prompt one to seek neurological care. It may not be MS. In fact, it may be not a problem at all, but it's certainly worth investigating.
And so, since we're talking about these signs and these symptoms, do we know the cause or where this actually starts from?
Yes, well, the cause of multiple sclerosis has been a mystery ever since the disease was recognized, but I think the consensus at the current time is that there's really a role for both genetics and the environment. That is, we're all born with some degree of predisposition to MS. That may be a high predisposition or a high risk, or it may be a low or even zero risk, depending on the person's genetic background. But then we know that that's not enough. Something has to happen very early in life, we think before the teenage years, in the environment. And the leading factors there are exposures to certain types of viruses that we think trigger in that susceptible person what ultimately becomes MS.
Well, since now we've kind of gone into the cause, the signs, and the treatment, on the flip side, what about treatments?
Yes, well, treatment, there's multiple facets to treatment once we've established a certain diagnosis. We begin by looking at the person's lifestyle and habits, things that we know might be detrimental for MS. So in the past few years, there's been a lot of attention paid to things like cigarette smoking, obesity, the effects of exercise and diet. And although there's a lot we don't know, I think it's safe to say that people who follow a generally healthy pattern, who don't smoke, who exercise, who eat a healthy diet, etc., they seem to do better with MS. They report a better quality of life, and we think it might actually have a long-term impact on the disease. And then, of course, we've got a number of medications for MS, about 14 of them right now, and soon to be more, that have been shown in rigorous studies to alter the natural history of the disease. So these medications prevent some of the attacks of MS, and they keep people in better shape in the long run.
Well, Doctor, I know you're joining us from the Mayo Clinic right up the road in Phoenix, and we're very lucky to have that available to us very near. But is there also somewhere we can go online to get some more information if we need some education on this?
Yes, there are many excellent resources on multiple sclerosis on the internet. There are disease-specific sites and organizations like the National MS Society, which is a site that has information about all aspects of the disease. And then Mayo Clinic's website, of course, has information as well.
Doctor, thank you again so much.
You're very welcome. It was a pleasure.
Don't go anywhere. The Morning Blend will be right back.
Complete tub or shower remodel. Call Rebath today for your free in-home design consultation. Call 322-0120 today.
A car accident can happen anywhere, anytime. That's why we make it easy to get the help you need when you need it. Call Zane's Law.
Welcome to Arroyo Gardens, the newest and finest senior living community in southern Arizona. Arroyo Gardens offers active, independent, and assisted living. Call 625-7737. Arroyo Gardens in Green Valley. Visit us today.
Tucson really is a tight community, and there's no better example of this than Arizona Gives Day. Now, last year, Arizonans raised $2.8 million during this 24-hour giving extravaganza, and nonprofits all over the state are hoping to see another year of amazing support. One of those nonprofits is the Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Tucson's oldest and largest animal welfare organization. We know that. Andrea Mitchell is here to tell us where our donations will be going and remind us there's also a big event coming up to kind of kick it off.
Yes.
But we have to talk about Mickey first, because we keep telling him to sit and he wants like a reward. So the reward will be, we'll show you on TV.
He's looking at the camera, guys, like, I'm sitting for you. Where is my treat?
I know.
This is Mickey. He is a 3-year-old boy, and he has actually been homeless since December 1st.
Oh,
Mickey was transferred into our care, and he is right now our longest-term resident at our main campus shelter. He has been with us for months. And what's so great about the Humane Society of Southern Arizona is that our pets that are in our care, they do not have a time limit on them. We vow to take care of Mickey until that perfect forever home walks through our door.